Going to talk a little bit about claims now and some of the best practices that some of our clients have used to really streamline the process and to get it moving along quickly. Claims suck. They're not fun to deal with. They can take a lot of time, and they're generally just a headache. You're calling your insurance company because something bad has happened to you. So ideally, we want to make this as simple and as streamlined as possible so you can move on with your life. So the first thing that is probably the biggest time saver is most insurance companies are going to have a network of vendors that they use. So whether it's for your home or for your auto insurance, they may have what's called for example, a circle of dependability for auto insurance claims. And what that is you technically can take your vehicle or get your house repaired by anybody that you want. You're not forced into using one of the insurance company's vendors or somebody that they recommend. The advantage of using one of their circle of dependability shops is they can usually act as the adjuster. So what that's going to do is that's going to save you that time that your insurance adjuster would typically have to review and approve any of the damages to your car. It's essentially going to cut that out. You basically can take your car down to the body shop if it's one of their approved vendors, and the body shop can pretty much start repairing your car immediately. So the advantage of that is if you have to go through the adjuster and work with a specific body shop that you want to go to that isn't necessarily one of their preferred shops, it can take up to a week, sometimes a little bit longer, as the adjuster and the body shop are kind of negotiating back and forth on what actually needs to be done to the vehicle to get it repaired. So if you can get it to one of their approved body shops, that is going to save you a tremendous amount of time. The next thing is try to make yourself as available as you can for the adjuster. If the adjuster is calling you, and unless you're doing something that can't wait, just drop whatever it is that you're doing and talk to the adjuster. Adjusters are usually super busy. They could be dealing with a couple dozen other claims that they're working on at any time. They could be out in the field. And generally speaking, adjusters are very difficult to get a hold of. If you call them on your own, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to go to voicemail. It may be a couple hours or the next day until the adjuster actually gets back to you. So if you see them calling up, just make sure that you can pick up the phone and at least talk to them for a couple minutes and figure out what's going to progress your claim along. To piggyback on top of that, the other thing is just make sure that you have any questions that you have written down somewhere concise, and you're just really prepared when you talk to the adjuster. It goes along with the same thing where they are just typically pretty difficult to get a hold of. So if you have all of your questions together, it's going to save you from thinking of something 10 minutes later, calling them back and having to leave a voicemail for them to get back to you maybe 3 hours later or something. So just be as prepared as you can. Really, those three tips right there are honestly going to probably cut down on about 75% of any of the claims time that you have. So again, just to reiterate, you can take your car or get your house repaired by basically anybody that you want, but if it's somebody that is an approved vendor through that insurance company, it's going to cut down on the time tremendously because they can usually, again, act as the adjuster. So hopefully this has been helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.